What's good, Bit Rushers? It's Kyler, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over a few coins that are sure to die slow. If that sounds good, stick around, but first you know what to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Get at me in the Telegram group. Sub to the channel, bell to be notified on future content. Here we go. Okay guys, so I did get a comment on my last video about an alt pick that would go 10x. That video was about BAT and Brave Browser. Someone commented and mentioned that everyone does videos on a coin that's going to 10x. And I agree, because there's a lot of coins that are going to 10x most likely. But he mentioned that someone should do something different and do a video on coins that are going to drop 99%. So shout out to this guy. Thank you for the idea. I am going to do that. I don't know about dropping 99%, but I'm going to go over some top 50 market cap coins that are surely going to die slow. And before I do that, I just want a couple disclaimers. One, I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own due diligence, do your own research, and never invest more money than you can afford to lose. Secondly, I am also not a professional coin analyst. I'm just a guy on YouTube, okay? So these are just my opinions. Don't take this as, you know, some authoritative answer on these coins or whatever. And third, you know, I just want to apologize ahead of time to these projects that I'm going to be kind of putting down a little bit. You know, my intention is never to like put down projects or anything like that. They've spent a lot of time and money and energy working on their project and trying to make it as best as they can and something that's great for the community. No one purposely tries to make a crap coin or makes a coin that's not going to work or anything like that. So, you know, I apologize for kind of tearing these coins down. However, that's what the fans want, and you got to give the fans what they want here. So, let's get into it. So, at the top of our list is going to be number 3, Ripple. I know this is going to piss a lot of people off. There's so many moon boys, Ripple moon boys. And that's why, that's one of the reasons why. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Number 3, 49 cents. If we go to all-time history. Come on. We can see the last bull run here when Bitcoin went up. We did have all-time highs of $3.40. Okay? Other than that, we haven't had any store of value here, right? 39 cents right after that. I mean, the highest it was like 79 after that. Okay, so you know, I kind of covered already that high tide raises all ships. As the liquidity dumps into Bitcoin, other coins will raise by default just because there's so much liquidity in Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that this is actually worth that value, right? It's definitely not worth $3. And so as soon as the liquidity drops out of Bitcoin, Bitcoin has its correction, gone. Right? And so this is the true value of the coin that we can see over here. 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. Now Bitcoin's starting to pump again, and it's back up to 40 cents. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make here is that there's no value in Ripple. The only value in Ripple is if Bitcoin has value. So I'm not saying that this coin won't raise up, that the price won't go up. You may, you know, see that 10x up to $3.40 again. Who knows? But it would be actually ridiculous because there's no use for it, right? And if I take a look at Ripple, let's go to the website. The best digital asset for global payments, right? So that's all Ripple does. That's basically all I needed to see on here. What do people use Ripple for? This is what people use Ripple for. They use it to send money. That's it. They send money, you know, between two different places, to send it quickly, to send it securely and cheaply, yada, yada, yada. But basically that's it. So if I have Bitcoin and I want to send it, I swap it to Ripple. It's going to be faster and cheaper and whatever. Send that Ripple to someone, and then they're just going to swap it back for Bitcoin or whatever coin, for USD or whatever. So no one's storing, right? There's no store of value in Ripple. People aren't holding on to their Ripple other than the moon boys. There's no use for storing Ripple, basically. And so, again, not to tear these guys down, not to, you know, say anything bad about people. I just don't see the use case for Ripple. I don't. Ethereum, the prices are a little bit higher right now, right? Like the gas fees and everything, and it's not as fast, that's for sure. But other than that, there's nothing Ripple does that Ethereum doesn't do other than be faster. Okay, faster and a little bit cheaper. And then if we come down to the next one, like Tether's probably, you know, fast. I'm not going to compare networks and things like that, but there's other coins that are just as fast, I would say, and kind of can do the same thing, right? So that's all I'm going to say about Ripple. Don't necessarily, this one's probably not going to die fast because it's number 3. That's why I said these are going to die slow, right? So a couple more halvings, you know, they'll probably be around through this bull run up until the next halving. If they don't start doing something different though, and actually, you know, have some sort of major use case of why people would use Ripple, like an everyday user, right? Then I don't think it's going to stay top 3. I think you'll see liquidity drain out of Ripple and go into other coins that are further down the list that can do the same thing that they're doing, if not better, and have more use. Okay, so that's it on Ripple. Rip Ripple. And just for full disclosure, I do hold some XRP. Okay, it's a very small amount, just in case these Moon Boys are right and it does go back to $4. I hold a little stack. So there we go. Okay, number 2 on my list of coins I think are going to die slow is number 6 on the list, Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. So LTC, $87. If we go to the all-time maximum, we can kind of see the same thing. It follows right along with Bitcoin. And if you don't know what Litecoin is, it's basically the test network for Bitcoin, okay? So they created this to be like the silver to Bitcoin's gold, even though it never really was. Litecoin is not the silver to Bitcoin's gold, Ethereum is, okay? Let me see. This is gold. This is silver. Litecoin, you're lucky if you're even copper. So, okay, again, I don't want to tear down this project too badly, but the reason why Litecoin exists is as a test network for Bitcoin. Like, that's why it was created, to have more, you know, 4 times as much currency or whatever, and 4 times as speed and this and that, and then basically people could test on the Litecoin network, and when they got things working, upload and put them on main network on Bitcoin, okay? So in theory, that's great, except we now have Ethereum, right? So Ethereum's the real silver here, and the reason why, you know, Ethereum isn't necessarily Bitcoin's testnet. Ethereum became the mainnet, okay? So Bitcoin is no longer even used. No one's building on Bitcoin, and if they are, they're dumb. I'm sorry. Like, that's, at this point, if you're still trying to build a project on Bitcoin, you should just retire it and switch to Ethereum network or Polkadot network or, you know, one of these other up-and-coming networks, because Bitcoin's not meant for that. That's not why it was originally invented. That only very small programming capabilities were put into Bitcoin, which is the reason why they invented Ethereum. They wanted a coin that did similar things with much more capabilities, the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. Okay, so you can now do all this stuff much more than you can do on Bitcoin. So no one's going to program on Bitcoin anymore. So if no one's programming or building on the Bitcoin network, then we don't need a test network, right? Does that make sense? Like, why no one's building on it? Why do we need a test network? The problem here, and the reason why it still has so much value and it's still top 6, it's on Robinhood, it's on Coinbase, it's on all the major exchanges and the easy places to buy coins, and it's pitched to the users, to the average person buying it, as a silver to Bitcoin's gold. Okay, that's what people think. Like, that's their logo, their branding, everything is like the silver. And so people are still holding this. People still think that when Bitcoin goes up, Litecoin's going to go up a whole bunch, and as we see, you know, it probably will. It will raise with Bitcoin's liquidity, and you'll still be able to make lots of money on it. Okay, so I'm not saying you can't make money on this coin. If it goes from $87 to $400, you'll definitely have some healthy gains. However, Majority of people using this network are just traders and bots. That's it. No one needs Litecoin for anything. Okay, guys, I'm sorry Litecoin, but again, another halving or two, right? Like they'll probably last through this bull run. I see them continue to drop off of the top 10. Ripple will probably drop off the top 5. And then, you know, by the next halving, this probably will be, you know, 20, 30-ish. And then, you know, by the end of that run, in 10 years, you'll be lucky if Litecoin is even on the top 100, in my opinion. You know, maybe they'll come up with something, you know, great. Here's the other thing. They could see this video or someone else's video or something and change their mind, right? Like maybe somebody sees this video and they decide to add some Ethereum type of features and, you know, change Litecoin project altogether. I don't know. But as of right now, I don't see a use for Litecoin. Okay, unless people start building on Bitcoin, which isn't going to happen. They're going to continue to build on Ethereum, and as Polkadot gets bigger, Polkadot's going to be the main network that everyone's building on. Expect to see Polkadot top 3, right? Polkadot will switch with Ripple, and Litecoin's going to drop here, guys. Okay, so that's the end of my ramble on Litecoin. All right, next up on our list, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Again, let's take a look at the max. Okay, so this one doesn't even have any highs because they weren't around during the last bull run, right? We didn't see this. Anyone not familiar with what Bitcoin SV is? Bitcoin SV stands for Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Well, what is Bitcoin Satoshi Vision? Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is the original version of Bitcoin, the unedited version, right? The original, the very first version of Bitcoin before they started making changes and edits and improvements. So again, we come here and we say, well, like, what's the value in this? Why would anyone want this coin? If the original developers, and, you know, I'm not sure if it was actually Satoshi himself, but I believe Satoshi was still around for the beginning years when they were making these changes. So if Satoshi himself and the other Bitcoin developers wanted to make improvements to the Bitcoin network, it seems like that's the best thing to do. So why would we have a coin that's a lesser version of the number one? Like, let's take the old, it's like if you have a phone, like, right, I have my I have Android. Some of you guys might have Apple, whatever. I take my Android and it's like loading up an old version, like the operating system from 10 years ago. And they're like, oh, that old operating system before they made any of those improvements to it. That's the one. That was so good, that old operating system. No one's going to do that. People want the newest, latest, greatest, the fastest, with the most improvements, with the best possible features and functions. Why would we want an old, outdated version? I don't even know why they created this project. I'm going to be honest. And here's the thing, guys. I actually own some Bitcoin SV. I don't know how I got it. It's on my old account from back when it was GDAX, my Coinbase Pro account. Okay, so here I have about $20 worth of Bitcoin SV. If you want some Bitcoin SV, leave your Bitcoin SV address in the comments below, and I'm going to send someone my $20 with the Bitcoin and Satoshi version, because I don't want it. It's crap, guys. It's garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. Yes, it holds value. It might go up in price. You might make some money on it. Why? Why even have a coin that's an old, outdated version of Bitcoin? If anyone can answer that question for me with their address, you win. And even if you can't answer that question and you want some Bitcoin SV, go ahead and leave your address. I'm giving it away, guys, okay? Again, sorry for anybody on that project. You know, I don't mean to be mean. It's just my take on it is like, I can't even imagine why someone would create that, okay? So, that's that. The next one on the list is very similar. So if you're noticing something with the theme of these, you can probably guess what the next one is. The next one has already dropped off. It used to be top 10. Where is it? Oh my God, it's all the way down at 39. So this one's already dying. Ethereum Classic. Okay, this literally used to be like the 4 or 5 coin, right? Like not that long ago, a couple months ago. This is like the number 5th or 6th coin here. So same thing, it holds value as Ethereum and Bitcoin hold value. Other than that, basically nothing, right? $10, $15, whatever. see it up here around yeah, 30s, 40s. Okay, so when Bitcoin's pumping, yeah, this will probably go up. If you hold some, you could make some money. So from $5 to $30 is healthy gains. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't make money on these coins or that they're only going to go down from here. I'm just saying this project is slowly dying. Okay, so Ethereum Classic. Here's the deal about Ethereum Classic. I actually kind of like Ethereum Classic. Like, I used to hold some ETH Classic, and I actually mine ETH Classic a decent amount because sometimes Ethereum Classic actually pays out better than regular Ethereum. So I'll mine Ethereum Classic, but I always get paid out in Ethereum or Bitcoin. So I'm mining ETH Classic and swapping it out to ETH. Again, this says that, like, even the people involved in the project, the miners, the people securing the network, don't necessarily want the coins. And on top of that, Ethereum Classic has recently been 51% attacked, which means that hackers actually attacked the network and proved how unsecure the chain is. So if you have a chain that's unsecure, no one wants to put their money on it. Who's going to want to put their money on a chain where they could potentially lose everything from a hacker on a 51% attack, right? And in addition to that, you're just seeing, you know, mass liquidity fall out of this project. It's definitely not Ethereum, right? Like, it's Ethereum Classic. It doesn't do what Ethereum does, doesn't have the same features as Ethereum, doesn't have the support, doesn't have the use cases. Yeah, you're already seeing this one happen, guys. So this one, rip ETH Classic. I'm sorry, but, you know, it may go up again. Like I said, any of these coins could go up during this bull run, and you could make a bunch of money. So if you're watching this and saying, haha, I'm going to make 10x on that coin, cool. That's awesome, dude. Like, you do you, make your money. I'm just making this video on long term. Like, the projects that I see are going to slowly die and drop off of top 50 market cap. So all of those ones that I named were top 50 market cap. And if we scroll down, there's some other great projects down here. And this is another reason why I think some of these projects are going. Not necessarily that they're bad, but there's so many other good coins that are coming up, right? A whole bunch of coins that are going to be popping off here soon. So, you know, some of these coins are going to continue to grow, right? And just pop off and get up here into the top 10, top 15. And to do that, we need to make room. So some of these other coins got to drop. Just the way it is, guys. Battle. It's King of the Hill battle, survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest coin, survival of the fittest chain, survival of the fittest network. You get the point. So again, sorry to any of these projects if I offended anyone. Yeah, I apologize. Not the intention of this video. The intention of this video is to show that not all the coins in the space will continue to grow. Some of them were early projects, early adopters. They had their use cases. They have their place in history. There'll always be, you know, that coin that did that thing at that time. But moving forward, not all of them are going to continue to grow. Not all of them are going to continue to be great projects. And not all of them will be on the top 50 market cap by the next halving, and definitely not by the one after that. I hope you guys did enjoy this content. If you did, please do smash the thumbs up. Please share this video with any friends or family you think may also like this video. Make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think. And leave your Bitcoin SV address if you want a chance to win that $20 worth of BSV. Happy crypto. Let's get that coin.